I know it's a shock, but toy companies are lying to you.
So I just lied.
Hey everyone, welcome, and been thinking about this video for a little while, and I just decided, yeah, let's hit it, because this week, of course, Chris Cox had to speak, and of course he had to lie. Now let's get to the obvious lie. The biggest obvious lie was that he'd love to have a USS flag done, but he needs us to write in to convince the designers. Gee, their boss can't convince them? And that was the funny thing, is even the interviewer went, "You got the power, Chris." And the truth of the matter is, there's no intention of doing a USS flag. He was just put on the spot, and he was just like, yeah, I can pass it off that nobody wants one. But yeah, okay. And I kind of crack up at that, because it was just, it's so obvious a lie, and people ran with it saying, Chris Cox wants a USS flag. And I know you've seen the headlines and everything, and yeah, I mean, talk about not reading the room. There was a less obvious lie about the tariffs driving up toy prices.
What the hell is that?
Now, how do I know this is a lie? Because a certain somebody on the 3POA said,
I think prices are just going to really start to skyrocket. Like, go ahead.
Well, what I find interesting is that the Chris Cox interview, because everyone was clouded by the flag talk, is his talk about tariffs.
Yep.
Now, I have been doing a lot of research with my team out in China about the tariffs. No answer has been given to me. I know Big Bad's worried about it. Hasbro's already. Now, none of this has come out. No, nothing has been confirmed that toys are part of the tariffs.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing official from the government or China has come out that toys are part of the tariffs. Yet there are companies out there, small and big, who freaked the fuck out and immediately said, we got to raise prices. We got to counteract the tariffs. We got to raise prices. So don't get freaked out because we're raising prices. Whoa, hold your fucking horses there, pal.
They're waiting to fire like another 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Like they're just chomping at the bit. Like, let's fire everybody.
They're already looking for excuses. For me, I look at the tariffs and I'm like, okay, well, there's no need to panic. I don't have an answer yet. I'm not going to arbitrarily just say something because of something that may or may not happen. Also, if the tariffs do happen, I would like to think that I'm in a position. Now, I'm not saying this is set in stone. I'm not saying I'm going to do this, but my plan is, if the tariffs go into effect, I'm not going to put that on the customer. Why the fuck would I do that? The company does very well to the point where I think a 10% tariff I can absorb. If you're a company that can't absorb that, you're doing something wrong.
and it's simple as that. They don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody's been told anything. How can you know what's going to happen if nobody knows if you're even getting tariffed? There's been no official word. Nothing's been said. But Chris Cox, as soon as he first chance, prices are going up, prices are going up.
That's So I true, just there was lied.
So to me, that just says they found a new excuse to raise prices, and they're going to use it regardless. They just needed one.
Is it that I smell conspiracy and everything and I don't know what I mean most of the time?
I don't think it's a shock to anybody's system that Hasbro lies. They don't lie all the damn time. We're not using AI. Hey guys, we're using AI. However, I think what is kind of pretty big on this is, if we know they lie, do you think people they work with lie? Let's stop for a second and take a few examples. A few days ago, I said something about Mondo. Now, I wonder because their prices are so high. I mean, they are higher than Snoop Dogg. The biggest example is Ghostbusters. The real Ghostbusters they did. I mentioned something about that convinced me they are gouging. And somebody said, it's not their fault. Hasbro made them gouge so that they're not in direct competition with Hasbro's Ghostbusters.
Well, that's all right then.
First off, hadn't heard that Hasbro was doing real Ghostbusters, the cartoon. They were doing Ghostbusters, the movie, as a crowdfund. Okay. But Hasbro made them. So where's the extra money going?
Jinkies.
It's a trap.
I would presume Hasbro. But either way, Hasbro made them. It's a bad deal. And somebody's gouging somewhere.
Perhaps you think you're being treated unfairly? No.
It doesn't matter who it is. It matters that it is happening.
This deal is getting worse all the time.
The other one I keep talking about is Mask. Loyal subjects. This one, I mean, it seems pretty damn obvious. These things do not have the rubber tires, nor the chrome, none of the stuff that the originals had. Now, you could argue that is to make them distinct from the originals. That way you can tell them apart very easily. I can buy that. But also, it brings the price down.
$2.49. 3. My prices are so small you can barely see it.
When you look at that, where is this high price coming from? Every adjustment for inflation I've done, it comes in half. Half of what the price tags are. That's with rubber wheels and chrome.
Huh?
I'm floored by it. Some call it nostalgia tax. Now, moving back to Chris Cox, another funny thing he said. He mentioned that it was more apt to raise prices on the adult collectors. Well, he didn't exactly say adult, but you knew what he meant. Than it is on children's toys. The children's stuff raises from $7.99 to $8.99, his exact number. You're not going to see too much change out of that. You go from $9.99 to $11.99. That's going to see a problem. Because mom and dad are going to say, do I really want to spend that much for little Johnny? And to me, it was almost admitting that, yeah, we know these adults are collecting. We know they got more disposable income. We're going to take it from them. Keep in mind, Cox is the guy who said that the biggest obstacle to the wallet is the brain.
Now they're having butt checks.
We're not going to be canoodling. What?
Now, which companies are lying and which ones are telling the truth? It's hard to say. I can say, anybody working with Hasbro, you gotta wonder, because you know Hasbro's lying. Does Mattel lie? Oh, sure. All the time. But not so egregiously. That's kind of why they get less heat. They're a little smarter about how they lie and what they lie about. They prefer to put things behind paywalls and act like, oh yeah, it's not that much, guys. When the principle of the thing is fucking stupid. I mean, you gotta basically think. You willfully spent $10 extra for that hero figure you bought. Is he that important of a character? Not to me. What do? How do you spot the lie? How do you figure out who's being straight and who's...
Thanks, Captain Gator.
Making shit up. It is hard to tell. It's very hard to tell. Because you just never know.
That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
I mean, and that's the problem with habitual lying. After a while, you just assume everything's a lie. I mean, let's face it. Maximum Spidey, that ain't a $50 item. But they're calling it a $50 item. Some people don't give a damn, they're just going to buy it. And of course, it's sold out, except it didn't. It's back up almost everywhere. Yeah, how did that happen? Oh, because they only allocate so much. And then when it sells out, everybody goes, oh God, it's selling out, it's selling out. I didn't even want it till it sold out. Now I want it.
Hurt our knees, throw our back out. We want a trophy.
FOMO. It's a big thing. Worked great with Once a Man Cobra Commander. How many people said, I don't want that thing until it sold out, and then I really wanted it. You got to see it play out in real time. And I hope you didn't fall for that one. If you did, I'm sorry. But, you know, not much I can do about it now. Other than say, didn't want the damn thing, and I didn't hit FOMO. I had JOMO, joy of missing out. So this is a tough thing because it's like, you want to sit back and just enjoy your collection and have fun getting what you want. And you have these greedy corporations going, yeah, it'll cost you, bitch.
Sodomy.
End of the day, my solution is buy what you really like.
Who's getting drunk and doing the Lord's work?
Leave the rest. I mean, do it for a reason. But I'm bad at it too. I mean, I bought Helverine. I think that fucking figure is hilarious. I remember the comic, and I've reread it. I reread it recently, and it's so stupid. It really is. It's so stupid.
Yeah, I have never seen a man hate an orgasm before.
But at the same time, the figure is hilarious. I know CT Toys is doing a Helverine too, as well, and I'm like, I don't really need 2 Helverines. I mean, I got the one. That's fine. I mean, that works for me. But yeah, I sit here and I'm like, God, how do you tell who's lying to you? I don't know. I got a bold prediction though. I think almost every company that went to Toy Fair this year is going to take a massive hit. Massive. Why do I think that? Well, I think the nostalgia train, or should I say the nostalgia glider, is about to hit the ground. For one. For two, I honestly think indie companies are going to really jump this year. Thus, all the people who were at ZoloCon. I'm just feeling it. I'm feeling people are getting tired of it. They're getting tired of the runaround. They're getting tired of the nostalgia bait. They're getting tired of all of it.
Very interesting, but not too nostalgic.
And if you don't believe in nostalgia bait, look at how all the selling points of Maximum Spidey. 90s looking. I mean, they fell short of saying it was McFarlane inspired. I mean, I think it's more Larson inspired. But yeah. I mean, that's what they were doing. And we're in this circular thing right now in the world. Look at our entertainment. Disney's pumping out the same shit. And it's not working anymore.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next products.
The nostalgia bait ain't working. And you know what? There is no Star Wars for this generation. And I don't mean Star Wars the movie. I mean Star Wars an event like that. There's nothing. If you think about it, I mean, in the 80s, there was a new franchise every year. And it was like, some hit, some missed. People go on about these IPs like, oh yeah, they need to flourish again. How the hell are you going to flourish charging $50 for a mini Camaro? 2.5-inch scale. I mean, that's not going to flourish. People can't afford that. That's ridiculous pricing. Yeah, I know some people are going to buy it, no matter what. But a lot aren't. A lot are going to look at that and go, no. Yeah, in fairness to loyal subjects, they haven't said anything about why the price is that high, but to me, it's just ridiculous. Way overpriced. I gotta pass. And I know some people are gonna point at that dragon. I was out on that over space before the price was announced. Now the price is announced, I'm really over it. Could I afford it? Yeah, I could put it together and do it. But I can't put it anywhere. I'd have to build a new room just for the dragon. It looks cool. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. But I also think it's overpriced. That's simple. But again, I was out over space. I mean, dude, I have enough trouble trying to figure out where to put my ad at. What the hell am I going to do with a dragon? So yeah, that'll wrap up this rambling and slight rant over the lies being told to us by everybody.
It's just a job.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, blah, blah, blah. Take care.